People deluded, I'm back again.
Come on, Ian, man. Come on. People deluded. I am indeed back again. I hope everyone's doing well and safe. Let's address the elephant in the room. It looks like the Vinicius Jr. chase is finally over. I'm just having a bit of banter here, but all of you lot that comment is, oh, you're so negative, man. No, give it a chance. Where are you now? It's not that I'm negative. It's just fair enough. Ignorance is bliss. There was too many moving parts. When you read between the lines, it was reliant on him not signing a deal, and it's not over till it's over. Obviously, there's actually still, maybe it's journalists trying to milk one little last bit of this Vinicius stuff. There's still some people that are optimistic that there could be a twist and a turn. Lord knows, I hope that's the case. It would have been lovely, but we can park the Vinicius stuff, just like with Morgan Rogers and probably Bacola with going Liverpool, just find another target. Clearly, they're not going to be of the caliber of Vinicius Jr. It would have been lovely to get that signing off the back of finally winning the Premier League title. And obviously, just broadly where Vinicius Jr. is concerned, had Arsenal signed him, as dumb as it is, we only care about the football, but it would have obviously had a clearly sporting, footballing impact with what he does on the pitch. But it would have done so much. Commercially, it would have done so much. It would have made so much noise. There'd have been so much shirt sellers. I think it would have been like probably top 5 Arsenal signings beyond, I'm not talking about ability and things, but in terms of changing to the trajectory of this club. Dennis Bergkamp's one. You look at the financial aspect at the Emirates. Alexis Sanchez and Mesut Ozil's one. You know, as recently as Declan Rice, that's one. And then obviously Vinicius. So I like the ambition that was shown, but ultimately that's where it stops. I know some fans are just happy we was there. For me, that I'm all on, cool, you tried. Next target now, because again, I don't think Mikel Arteta, Andrea Berta, Josh Kroenke, I don't think they're idiots. There has to be an alternative. That left wing has to get addressed. Admittedly, there is logic with leaving that left wing. I know we've got an unproven Zolis who I like, but the jury's still out. We know what Martinelli is, and we know what Eze's got. And if that is the case, to be fair, Bruno, a defender, you know, we did win the Premier League, but it wouldn't fill you with optimism that we've gone up the levels. We're going to go over all the talking points and things. I mean, you know, people don't leave Real Madrid. Real Madrid leaves them, really and truly. You know, again, Casemiro and Varane will come to mind. Respectfully to them, their career was winding down. You obviously have a Sergio Ramos. You know, the last one, or the only one I can think of the top of my head, would have been Cristiano Ronaldo's move to Juventus. We've got to remember, you know, Vinicius is 26. He wants to know where he stands financially, maximize as much money as he can. Obviously, he wants to see, not, I wouldn't say Real Madrid's project, because Real Madrid's project is very simple. They want to win everything and anything, primarily the Champions League, but see how Kylian Mbappe ties into that. And again, it is what it is, people. My thing is, okay, lick our wounds. We never got Vinicius. Where's the other targets? Because I do think Berta has other targets, and something needs to, for me, I think the left wing position is needed to be addressed for a number of years. And I won't have anything less than addressing that, really. So there has to be a bunch of targets, whether they're household names, unknown guys, etc. And I'm going to say this for the last time, just broadly. You know, you look at Real Madrid, they buy the best of the best, but Vinicius Jr. is one of the best in class, but they didn't buy him off the back of he was amazing at another club. Like, he played for 2 minutes in Brazil, they bought him. So broadly, we need to start finding these guys before they become the guys. The Viniciuses, the Rodrigos, while they're still in Brazil. Mohamed Salah off the back of a failed spell at Chelsea, obviously doing what he's doing at Italy. Liverpool fans know that worked out. And there's plenty of other examples in that regards, people, because essentially, we chased Vinicius. The priority looked like he wanted to stay at Real Madrid. You chased Julian Alvarez. The priority looks like it's Barcelona. It does have shades of previous pursuits of Nico Williams and obviously Rafinha. Big up Bruno. But yeah, man, you just have to move on, people. We're going to go over all of that. My thing is, what do we do now, man? I know we previously flirted around Kenan Yildiz and all of those things, but you know what? Offers can make things happen, man. Give Juventus an offer they simply put can't refuse. I know we're not going to go for him, but yeah, Martinelli's not better than Yildiz, man. Yildiz was rubbish in the World Cup. Plenty were. Serie A is nothing to go on as now the 4th best league in Europe. I'll take your word for it. I'd love Rio Ngomoa. Liverpool would be crazy to get rid. Nusa would be a decent, or go and get Junior Eli Krupi. He's got an injury, so I think it's a myth. Pivot to Rafinha for me. I don't know, man. I'd rather wait and see what's available next summer. That's good, and I don't think that's necessarily wrong. But at the end of the day, that doesn't help us this season, though, does it? Like, we need something in it. Let them enjoy Gordon, hit the like button, bring Yildiz or Nusa. So Nusa has actually spoken about his future, man. So yeah, it is what it is. We need to hijack Bacola, or we're not a serious club. I mean, I still think we're a serious club. We're Premier League winners. But if you're Bacola, Arsenal could present you a project. Obviously, there's the French ties. There's a London aspect. We just won the Premier League. Obviously, the left wing spot is quote unquote free. So there could have been that. But Liverpool have been chasing him for the best part of the year. bearing in mind the rumors we see as just normal football fans and what's going on in the real world of football, 9 times out of 10 are very different, right? But if you're Bacola and Liverpool have been chasing you for the best part of the year, it appears they've made you the priority target, you know. And then you go and look at Arsenal. To what we're told, we wanted at one point we was linked with Morgan Rogers and Bacola. Then it came Morgan Rogers is the first choice target. Obviously, the Vinicius thing hasn't worked out, but then Vinicius has gone ahead of you. So if Arsenal come around, and this happens in football, if Arsenal come around now, are you going to go to Liverpool that adore you and want you and have spent the best part of this summer and last summer trying to get you, or do you want to be Arsenal's third, fourth choice? I think the decision's clear in that regards, man. It's done. Let's move on. Go back to Nico Williams like every summer. Who else? Ndai. We have been linked with Ndai. For me, I'd have it, but it depends on the price, man. Big up yourself, 876, Independence Day and whatnot. I'm still hanging on to the glimmer of hope Vini will still play. It's all right to have hope in life, you know, have hope, but we also have to live in reality. And my thing is, we just need to move on now. There needs to be another target. I know there's some Arsenal fans that will sit there and go, oh my God, look how far we've come. Like, we've been on this journey with Mikel Arteta. I'm not saying you, but we've been on this journey with Mikel Arteta. Look where we was. Now we're going in for Vini. I appreciate that. Two truths can live in the same realm. I appreciate you lot trying to get Vini. It is a statement of ambition and all of that. But that's as far as it goes. Because that left wing is still not addressed. And I don't know about you lot, but I want us to retain the Premier League. I want us to, like every fan, you want to win every competition. Left wing needs to be addressed. So the we try thing is dead. And that won't be bad. I hear it, man. Or else bin off the left wing and go for Alvarez. No Bacola Alvarez. We are fuming on Serious Club. Always linked with bums such as Rashford, Leao, and Williams. I wouldn't say Williams is a bum. I wouldn't say any of them are bums, really. Of the list, I'd want Nico Williams first, Rashford second, and Leao third for what it's worth. Big up DJ. I want Mika Gotts. Currently PSG are in for him, so we basically have to outbid them to get him. Left wing market is so bad. I honestly wouldn't bother spending. I hear that, but I'm sorry, scouts do your jobs. Whether that's emerging talents, like I said earlier, with Vinicius being at Brazil, whether that's obviously there ain't a million Vinicius out there, but for argument's sake, whether that's finding emerging talents, whether that's finding someone on par with Vinicius, whether there's some random 26-year-old that nobody knows about, we sign him and Bob's your uncle. Broadly, you look at the market, there ain't really nothing out there to us normal fans, innit? Like, obviously, scouts doing their job's one thing, but there's nothing that glaringly shouts at you. And I don't know what it is, but like, even Alexis Sanchez, we all watched his career. Forget the fact that he played for Arsenal and Barcelona. Like, he was shelling it down for Udinese. Eden Hazard, way before he went to Chelsea and Real Madrid. He was there at Lille. You're scratching your head, really and truly. There's not really them kind of, like, it's not, there's not evident things to us armchair experts. But it's not my decision to make. It's not my choice. Berta, this is why you get paid the P's. Arteta, this is why you get paid the P's. Josh Kroenke and your family, this is why you lot are in that position. You lot sort it out. I just know we need a left winger. Big up Zolis. We know Zolis is here. We were told Zolis is relevant, but irrelevant in the sense that we wanted to add him, but it's irrelevant in relations to our pursuit of, at the time, Morgan Rogers or whatever have you, and definitely Vinicius. So that tells me, A, we're trying to address that area. We're trying to find a level raiser. And B, obviously, you wanted 2 attackers. Sign Alvarez. He can play striker and left wing. Need Ornstein to say he's signing so I can fully get over it. There's a lack of world-class talent out there. PSG and Madrid are stockpiling all the wingers. Selfish. Well, boy, wouldn't you want to be selfish? What happened to Vini? He's gone, bro. It's a gozer from Bayern Munich. Myth. Yan Diamande is overrated. He's meaty, but he's gone Real Madrid, in it. So football's a funny old game of opinions. We only want players who want to play for us. I hear that, but yeah, man, it's all good. Not a single world-class talent on the left out there. Just wait till next summer. But I hope then I hope we can do our thing, in it. Then I hope we have enough. I genuinely hope we have enough. I think we're playing a very dangerous game, especially in the Champions League. We've shown we're a competitive team. We've shown we can go toe-to-toe with the best of them. We've shown we can make year-in-year progress. But we've got a good collective, and obviously we've got good individuals. But that X factor, that individual brilliance is still lacking. And even if I'm completely honest, remember Mikel Arteta's first season in the Champions League managing Arsenal? Remember when we lost to Bayern Munich? What was the language that came out by the David Ornsteins? This one, that one, and the third. There's a recognition at Arsenal Football Club that you need players with that X factor. Now, removed from that 3 or so years ago to now, have we addressed that area? How about Rodrigo? I haven't heard anything about him. You'd imagine if Rodrigo was fit, naturally they'd pivot towards that, or you would hear rumors around that. I would have Rodrigo, of course. And again, when you've got £100 million man in Diamande, you'd imagine Elise and or Haaland at some point will sign for Real Madrid. Vinicius appears to be committing his long-term future there. You've got Kylian Mbappe, you've got Arda Güler and Endrick and this one and that one. Let's just group them all under attackers. Something's got to give. You can't have all of them. But where Rodrigo's concerned, he's injured, innit? Now, I understand it, and a part of me would say, you know what, if there's a deal to be done, put the money down. When he nurses his injury, fair play, do your thing. But then logically, is that the best decision? From a sporting front, we was linked with Rodrigo last summer. Of course, 100% it makes sense. But he's had a long-term injury. And logically, are you going to commit, give or take 100 odd million, whatever wages he wants, signing on fee for a player that really and truly, you need to see what he looks like post ACL or whatever injury he had, people. Like it wouldn't make sense when I remove my emotion, man. We need to win another title this year. We can't afford to wait on any position. Leao, 50 or 60 million world-class player. I don't want to see Nusa and die. Leao, world-class. Everybody's world-class these days, man. Big up DG. Let's pack it up. Martinelli and Solis. Big up the chat, man. Please make sure we're smashing the like button. We made a mess of this Vini thing. All good options are gone. I wouldn't say we've made a mess, but it's wishful thinking, isn't it? Like, I like the fact you've tried. You've offered him a financial package, but it's wishful. Like you keep hearing, my thing is, by all means, go for Rodgers. Go for Vinicius. Do what you can. Try and exploit that. Gas the fans. Make sure when September the 1st or whatever comes, whether it's a world-class talent, an unknown entity, exclude Zolis for a sec, that left wing has been addressed. You've got 2 attackers, and we really feel we can go up the gears now. You've had 2-3 years to scout this, so there should be them A-listers, them Rodrigos, them Viniciuses. There should be a bracket below that, the Nooses, etc. There should be, throw Skelly in there. There should be, random guys and whatnot. Like, we've been linked with bare left wingers. Like, obviously was never going to get Gordon, and I'm not saying I want him, but you've been linked with Anthony Gordon, you've been linked with Nico Williams, you've been now linked with Vinicius, you've been linked with Bacola, or whether Rodgers was going to be the left winger or not, primarily we were told that's the thing. You've been linked with him. So scouts do your job. This is why you get paid the big money. If I'm looking at my team, do I think we have enough to retain our title? 100% I do. But in terms of going to the next level, clearly I don't think that's there at this moment in time. So yeah, man. The options left are meaty. Pivot to Rafinha if he signs a renewal. Nah, man, Martinelli isn't good enough. He's falling off so much. In Diet, if we do not have to sell Martinelli, yeah, I'm not on the appreciation thing, man. Seeing Gyökeres yesterday again, I'm ready to swap him plus clash for Alvarez as soon as possible. It's not over until Ornstein tells us. I hope so, but hey, I don't know. I don't know, man. Getting a player from Real Madrid is almost impossible, but I'm glad we tried. But my thing is, Real Madrid have too many attackers. Cool, they're not going to be Vinicius. Can we stay alert to anything that happens around that? Can we stay alert to if any other players are available? That's where we're at now, man. Is Dembele an option? Ask yourself, would you leave PSG for Arsenal at this moment in time? I'm not trying to shit on my club, but ask yourself, they've just won 2 Champions Leagues. You've won Ballon d'Or. What reason do you have to make that happen? Arsenal can go for Endrick now. Madrid are signing Yan Diomande. DG, anything is possible. Rodgers was our priority as well, but look how it turned out. So for me, they're still hoping Bacola. I believe his priority is just an exit with guaranteed starting position. That's it. If there's an opportunity for us to throw our hat into the Bacola ring, go and do that. But do I believe Bacola is necessarily a level raiser? Yes and no. You're a level raiser by default. I do like you as a footballer. Vinicius is way better than him. And a lot of things, obviously, he's better than Martinelli and Madueke, but some of the things you're frustrated about with Noni Madueke and Martinelli, you're going to be that with Bacola. And I'm not trying to shit on Bacola. I just think people are putting him on a level. Currently, he's not. Like, again, if it's 3 actions that result in scoring a goal, he typically gets 2 of the 3 right. Really and truly, he should have put us to bed in that Champions League final. You obviously saw it. You saw it as well for France. When he's playing at the World Cup, of course he scored. But he really struggled to impress over 90 minutes. Only really looked good in certain moments, especially the second half when it becomes less systemic football and the game start to open up. It's not that I'm shitting on Bacola. It's listen, you lot are going to be if you was to sign Bacola, it will be gassed. You lot will be the first ones to turn on this guy. So yeah, man, it is what it is. Mika Götze is mediocre. Don't fall for the bait. Mika Götze is off to PSG. We messed about with the guy that didn't want to leave. We should have got Zolis and Götze from the jump. This stinks of Sesko, Nico Williams, Vlahovic, pure Edu plus Mikel. Error. Fair play. 10-minute jail time for Neto shouts. I mean, to be fair, it looks like he could have a sweet gig going to City. All right, big up Malcolm. Even though you're a rival, you're no content. Criminal if we don't add genuine quality to the front line. And for me, with Bacola, like Vinicius can affect games when it's open. He can affect games in low blocks. You need a lot to go well. Clearly, the tactics in an attacking sense need to go up the gears and evolve and condition players to be able to do their thing. Individually, our players need to go up the gears because all of my attackers, you had moments, and big up to you lot. You all had moments. You go through the team, they all had moments over a 38-game calendar and in our run to the final. But I need greater consistency. So it's a twofold kind of question there. And for me, I don't really want to add every signing's a risk. You don't know how it's going to translate and stuff, but we've already got players that are not necessarily bad. They just need to iron out some edges, but there's a lot of uncertainty over them. So for me, I'm not really on adding more uncertainty. I'd rather just go get a young player, man. I know people don't want to hear it, but yeah, it is what it is. Why wait for next summer when we can go buy young Yildiz and got both 21, get either? But I'd love to hijack Bacola, but I rate him, but also just hate the Scousers. DG Malik Fufana, he's having a horrible run with injuries, man. Ferran Torres has been linked with Arsenal, still being linked with PSG. You'd imagine he is another one that's going to consistently be linked, man. No Monga, no Rogers, no Vini. We move, window's still open. Just make sure when the window's closed, you've addressed these areas. Rodrigo not available to play until next year, so what's the point? DG, would you rather Endrick or Alvarez? I think Endrick. If we're doing the ceiling, Jazz, and what I think you could become, I'd go with Endrick. If we're just focused on seizing the present, Julian Alvarez. So yeah, what would be the point? Rodrigo won't play again until next summer. Like, granted, if we could skim and skip through life and we're into next year and Rodrigo's fit, great, but it don't make sense, essentially, man. Yeah, I feel Saka works best off the left. Come on, man. DG, throw the bag at Juventus for Yildiz. 5 years younger than Vini, so 100 mil, 90 to 100 mil doesn't sound outrageous. He works hard as well. The only thing with him, if I'm being brutally honest, like, it's a bit like Rodgers. It's a bit like Eze. You could do a thing off the left. I do think your future is centrally. Assalamu alaikum, right back at you, my brother. Facts, DG, need to go for Neto. He's clear. I don't know about that, but yeah. He who dares wins. Bro, listen, the cost of ambition is embarrassment, isn't it? I'll never mock anybody in life for trying. I'll never mock the club for trying or any club for trying as much as we run bands. My thing is, how do you move on now? Like, draw a line on the sand with Vini. Life still continues. The most beautiful thing and ugliest thing about life is that no matter what happens, it goes on. Let's move on. I'll continue to beat this drum. Saka can't be our best player. Otherwise, we'll never see the heights we're going forward. We need better. Ooh. Keep Wanyeri. But Colin Alvarez should be signed to appease the fans. Won't happen, though. I can't lie. I push back on that. If we were to sign Bacola and Alvarez, it's because they're clearly good players that raise their level and do things. I don't agree in doing things just to appease the fans because there's been some signings we've made that have not been universally popular. At the time, David Raya, when we had Ramsdale, that weren't universally popular. It worked. I remember people used to get at Benjamin White. It worked to a degree, less a degree, but to a degree. People had a lot to say about signing Hincapie. Why are we buying another left back? So I don't agree with signing players to appease the fans. And likewise, there's some names fans wanted and they would have stunk out the gaff. I remember when Arsenal fans wanted, and it was a long time ago, wanted Ryan Fraser. Is it Ryan Fraser? The ex-Bournemouth flag? Where would we be? So I don't agree in just appeasing the fans. Make the right decisions, whatever they are. We believe the Vini links because of Ornstein. Those links need to die with Ornstein. I can see you're pissed off today. Sorry, Maggie. I'm not pissed off. It's just, yeah, it is what it is. And I'll be real. And this is from someone who's dyslexic. People showing they can't read with the Vinicius stuff. People showing that they can't read because you let the fact that we won the league and you're not wrong. Excitement of wanting to win the league. And again, some people in my comments, oh, you're so negative, you're so this, you're so that. It's not. Read. Because when you look beyond the headline, Arsenal and Vini, and you look at what these credible journalists have said, it is really reliant on if Vini and Real Madrid come to an agreement on that contract. Now, if that doesn't happen, which small hope, seems like it's going that way, then Arsenal are there. It's like people saw the headline and didn't read the paragraphs, and you drew whatever conclusions you wanted and just started running with it. And we're drinking the Kool-Aid. We just won the league. He's a game changer. All the things I said earlier about Vinicius. So yeah, man, it's excitement. We got Ozil from Madrid. Yeah, but they wanted to sell Ozil. They wanted to sell Di Maria. So yeah, man. Bacola, the French Martinelli, no, thank you. And Dai left wing is our best option right now. He's so techie. It depends on the price for him, man. DG Gyökeres hold-up players concerning. João Pedro hold-up players elite should have signed him. But hey, I wanted him to replace Jesus, but it's neither here nor there, man. I don't know why you, man, keep mentioning Gyökeres plus cash for Alvarez. Fabrizio said for time, those rumors are false. I have a terrible feeling we're going to see Havertz in the midfield 10 role throughout this season. DG, it's not just about output. Martinelli just can't beat a man, bro. That's a major problem for us. So I wouldn't mind Bacola for that reason alone, honestly. Charles, honest to God, don't have a clue who we signed, my boy. Don't have a clue. Do not have a clue. Yeah, I'm not on the Zaragoza guy. Wasn't he at Bayern Munich? Yeah, there's no point, bro. I think for me, the most realistic is Nico Williams, and I think he could low-key be a level raiser. I think people are quite harsh on him, but I understand if Arsenal stepped away because he is on big wages. Atletico Madrid might say release clause or nothing, in which you have to pay that up front. And we might just be pissed off from the whole, and Barcelona, the whole saga you put everyone through last year, man. Hijack Mika got Gyökeres plus cash for Alvarez. Bob is your uncle. If only it was that simple, man. If it was that simple. Diaz, I think that boat's gone, man. That boat's gone. Bacola is a Fendi Madueke. He's the Lionel Messi of Maduekes, as I used to call him. Absolutely useless in the final third. Useless is harsh. He might be better than Martinelli, but is he over 100 mil better? And he's another one where he's a good player. He's got potential. Potential don't move me anymore. It's realizing that potential. And I feel like we've got a couple man that ain't done that. And Bacola is at 24, 25 now. Like you can, this is kind of, I'm not asking you to be the finished product, but this is now when the penny has to drop because he will frustrate you, look. If we're aiming this high with Vinicius, why aren't we in for Mbappe, or is his contract too long? Come on, man. Mbappe, really? Maybe in like 10 years, really? Saka doesn't drop off when operating off the left compared to how bad Noni is out there compared to the right. Smash the likes. DG, I don't think Yildiz is all that left wing. Feels very similar to Martinelli, man. He's better than him, but yeah, man. I don't know about praising mediocrity. Trying, I admire, God loves a trier, but trying don't do anything. I can't put, we tried to sign Vinicius left wing. If we're in trouble at any point in the season, because it will go, nothing goes straight to plan. There has been games you have to graft. This is the game. I can't look to my bench or look to my starting 11 and say, oh, we showed ambition. I'm happy to be here. That doesn't help no one. And that's not me being harsh. Like, how far does it go? As I keep saying, two truths can live in one realm. In that, yes, big up you lot for trying to do the ambitious thing. That's ideally why we moved to the fucking Emirates, isn't it? Really and truly. But it doesn't, beyond that, what does it do? What does it do? Tough news about our Vini pursuit. Just really hard to see who we can pivot to that ticks almost all the boxes for left wing. I don't know when it, because again, the Vini news, it probably came out a week or two with David Ornstein. If it's coming out at that point to us, like armchair experts and just normal fans, there must have been rumblings for weeks or months. I don't know when it became apparently clear that there was an opportunity for Arsenal to attempt to exploit. But just like, imagine if it became clear yesterday, and we didn't, like, it became clear you might be able to get Vinicius yesterday, then for the last 2-3 weeks or last season, going into when last season's happening and you're drawing up targets, you must have had other left wing options. Now, fair enough, we could say Rodgers is one that didn't bang. Bacola, I don't know. There has to be one. It's almost unacceptable, if I'm honest, not to address that. Now, I like Zolis, but I don't want to put all my faith on you. What would be your 11 against Coventry? It's far too early. You know, everybody's returning at different rates. I don't know, man. Like, I don't know when Declan and all of them guys are back. I'm not sure, man, if I'm honest. I really don't know. I never wanted Vini, to be honest. Always preferred Kvaratskhelia. You know damn well we had no chance of signing Kvaratskhelia. Who is your priority signing at this point? I don't know. I'm just going to say left wing, man. I'm just going to say left wing. A man said, I need DG's level of composure this window. It's just one thing I've learned in life, yeah, to a degree. Let me close my window, folks. I don't like to stress over what I can't control. And that's not a defeative attitude. I love the club. Of course, if we win games, I'm happy. If we lose games, I'm pissed off. We sign great players, I'm happy. We don't get them, you know, woe is me. But I can't control nothing. So it has to be capped. And I just feel, again, comprehension skills. Like you're allowed to be disappointed because there are people that were hopeful, but they had comprehension skills. If you saw these articles and said, yeah, we're definitely getting Vini, then I can't lie. You don't need to hold that. Because it just shows people can't read. Or don't want to read. Or don't want to see a reality or a viewpoint that isn't their own. Why do you think on this platform I always say, I don't tell you what to think. I enjoy hearing you lot's point of views and opinions. No one's right, no one's wrong. I always get new perspectives. But I generally think with the Vini stuff, and I'm going to keep referencing that initial David Ornstein thing, people can't read. And even with that, it's like David Ornstein dropped the news, like we're looking at him and things, and then every journalist, somehow there's an exclusive, everybody knows everything, everybody's involved, yada, yada, yada. 1 second, people. So you just never know. I think it's a priority area. There must be a bunch of targets. Let's see what the club can bring to the carpet. 1 second, people. I need to see what's going on here. What's this other? Well, Noosa would be a decent signing. Obviously, he's no Vinicius, but I would take a punt on Noosa purely because if they're saying 40 to 50 million euros, I think there's a lot of upside. I think there's what would be the right phrase, man? Like if it goes left, there's a get out of jail kind of clause, if that makes sense. Like I know we're not notoriously good hustlers, but I just feel for 50, 60 million, 40, 50, million euros. I think if it goes left, you should be able to get your P's back. If it works, it's great. And yeah, man, it is what it is. But as I keep saying, Arsenal need to, my main thing is, and I said this regardless, like in the ideal world, you sign Vinicius. I'm so big on now, you need to find the Viniciuses, the Rodrigos, the Kvaratskhelia. Easier said than done. you need to find them before they end up where they end up. Because 12 months from now, we're going to be sitting here, by God's grace, you're still here. Big up you lot. Make sure you're subscribing. We're going to be sitting here talking about some new dons, some new left, like they're everywhere. And if I'm completely honest, we used to be the club that found these guys. We ain't found these guys. You lot are violating though, man. 63 likes. There's over 377 of you in here. If you've hit the like button to the 63 of you, appreciate you. And just because of that, I only want to be with my family, people, because we are a family here. We're going into subscriber-only mode, people. So, yeah, man. It is what it is. Man said you don't need Vinicius. You have Vini Madueke. I like the humour, man. People seem to forget Zolis has better GA than Bacola and Diamande in the Champions League, where he plays for a considerable worse team. Whoever we are signing, we need to get a move on. Hope to God, man. There's a man in the chat bothered by Arsenal trying to sign Vinicius, and even went as far as to create another account. Continue to weird troll. You lot, man, relax, man. This Vini saga proved a lot of BS about Romano. He's a bum for how he handled this situation. For me, he's not a journalist, just an ITK swears. That man, leave. Big up for Rizzo, man. Leave the guy alone, man. Bacola can actually finish well, but he tends to not in big games. Major red flag. As I said, there's two things with me, Bacola. You've got potential. Are you going to realize it? You're a fantastic player. I'm not interested if you're going to be a fantastic player for 10 of the 50 games. I'm not asking you to do it for all 50 games. I need it on a consistent basis. I like Bacola, but I don't know if there's 10 games. I don't know what I'm going to get from you. You are one of those players. If there's a 10-game stretch and I played you in, if I was the manager and I played you in all those 10 games, 2 of them games, you're going to look like the best. 3 of them games, you're going to look like the world's best player ever. The next 2, 3, you're going to be underwhelming. The following ones, you're going to be shit. You're going to be like this. We've already got that. So, yeah, man. It is what it is. To be honest, don't know enough to say who, but just want them to be good enough and Arteta to actually use them correctly. He's too negative for my liking. But I'm actually glad Vini ain't coming. I think it would have been a problem in the dressing room. I don't know. Come on, bro. Come on, man. And honestly, we need that. Like, we honestly need that. We're not here to make friends, bro. We're here to win. I'm not here for this kumbaya stuff, bro. Like, I'm not. I'm really not. Apparently, updates last 30 minutes. We've returned with another offer, which is 25% more than Madrid have offered. Well, it's up to Vinicius. If he wants peace and a new project and to be the out-and-out leader and maybe the biggest signing in Premier League history and to try a new league, then fair enough. I personally think he just wanted to feel important at Real Madrid, in which they probably, we're going to get into it, I promise you. They probably not met all of his demands. Like, that's not how negotiations work. You know, the best negotiations, ideally, as they say, is when people leave, what's the word? When both sides leave unhappy. You get where I'm going. So he probably feels important. They might not have given you 30 million euros, but they might give you 25 million euros. They might have given you a decent signing on bonus. They might have relaxed their position on the image rights, you know. And then also when you look at the layers, he's seen apparently as a son by Florentino Perez. So psychologically, Vinicius has that to go over. Is it Juani Calafat, the agent who brought him in? Apparently he was pushing for the renewal. He's got a good relationship with him. Jose Mourinho's been on to him. So there's a lot to consider, really and truly. I do think he was probably, well, I don't know Vini from nowhere in it, but this was probably the most open he's been to leaving. But I just feel that Donny wants to feel a bit important, and he's got that at Real Madrid. Again, if you want to do the optimistic thing, and I would love to wake up and there's another spanner in the works. Real Madrid and him, it's a myth. He signs for Arsenal. It's not over till it's over, but I like to face reality, man. I like to hope for the best and prepare for the worst. The worst being Vini don't sign, rise up the next left winger, whoever that is, wherever that is, man. So yeah, big up DG, unpopular opinion. But I'd sign Grealish for that left wing position. I like Grealish, but I don't think you're the profile we need, if I'm completely honest, man. Yeah, saying you never wanted Vini's crazy, man. You just know deadline day later on, we go get Rashford as a panic buy. Less of that, man. Less of that. Less of that. I just think too many fans are undermining the work Berta and Cole are putting in to get a winning team. It's crazy. Undermining how? Because they can't, forgive me, maybe I'm reading wrong into it, but how can they undermine it? They can criticize it. They can maybe say some honest truths when it's gone good and bad. They can chat shit and do the agenda thing. But how can they undermine it? Because they're not in the negotiating tables of anything. Like, how can... I genuinely don't know. And like I said, this is a communicative channel. Like, how can fans... Keyword, as you said there, because wording is everything. How are fans... Even the negative one, I ain't sticking up for them. But how are they undermining it? Am I the only one that thinks Rashford would be a good signing for the left wing for us? Arteta would get him playing the way he wants him to. Rashford, the one positive I would say is apparently Barcelona had concerns about your defensive aspects. If you buy into it, you can make a man track back and all of that. But Rashford, and I like Rashford, but it's the illusion of what Rashford could do. It's the highlights reel. Obviously, scores fantastic goals on his day, world beater. But again, consistency. Again, we don't know what we're getting. Again, we've already got uncertainties over our whole attacking unit, so why add another one into it? And personally, I'd like to see Rashford make it at Man United again, if I'm completely honest, or just go abroad. Like, really? And I hear you, Anthony, but you can't say you wouldn't take Vini and then go for Rashford, slide, and then go for Rashford, man. DJ, who's that? Who's DJ? I don't know, but whoever DJ is, I'm not an Arsenal fan, but do you believe Arsenal are close to winning the Champions League? I'll believe it when I see it. We need better quality. That's why I don't trust Ben Jacobs. Never drops an exclusive. When one drops, he suddenly has something to say about it. But I don't know, man. I leave the journalists to do their journalistic shit, man. Zolis gets a chance regardless, bro. I can't lie. This is the one of my biggest critics of Arteta. His talent ID is not elite like Papa Wenger. Because when one player was out, Wenger could replace them with hidden gems. I hear it. I do think Arteta likes to punch above his weight class. Like, we were trying to get Vini and Rafinha at the time and this and that. Like, it didn't bang. I disagree, though. I agree in that maybe it's with the attacking realms, but centre mid, I think you've been a hit. I think defensively, your talent ID has been great. It's a bit mixed where goalies are concerned, but you got Ramsdale right, you got Raya right, and yeah, man. So I think that's a bit harsh. Rodrigo not being available is having this market in the gutter. Real Madrid would have definitely flogged him. Yeah, if Rodrigo was fit, I don't think this Vinicius stuff ever gets off the ground, man. The club need to pivot. And again, you lot earn too much money. You're too experienced. You're too smart to know, like, I'm not even talking about you lot, but those at Arsenal to know you need to try something. My only issue is the deadline day comes and forget Zolis. There's not an additional attacker because indirectly we've been told you want 2 attackers, innit? So yeah, man. That dressing room ish is a cop out. You think our dressing room is sweet with Omri, Vieira, Bergkamp, and we don't know. How do we know people are not cunts right now? What about go out big money on Rafinha? He's very good. But yeah, but where's he going to play? Is he going to play off the left, which he's shown he can at Barca, to be fair? Is he going to play centrally, which he's shown he can? Or does he still maintain he wants to play off the right? Rafa Leao is a myth. It's not done, DG. I'm still hanging on by a thread. Well, to be fair, the last time I thought it was done and someone connected to Arsenal said it's not done. We won the league, innit? So for your sake, my sake, I hope there's another twist and turn. But right now, it's looking mythical, innit? Essentially, man. Should we see what's going on in the world of the rumours and all of that kind of jazz, people? Again, keep your conversations coming. Big up hand of Arsenal. Initially, well, just before we went online, Arsenal had offered Vini Jr. one of the biggest packages in the history of the Premier League. Conversations around being the face of the PL, skyrocketing his brand economically and globally. Fair enough, it's part of the pitch. And a true chance at winning the Ballon d'Or. I mean, you got a true chance of winning that at Madrid anyways. But I hear it, you'd be the face. He was presented with testing himself in the best league in the world and leading Arsenal for another Champions League push. I've been very critical of some of our movements in this window, but the ownership, Berta, Mikel, did absolutely everything to bring the best left winger in world football to Arsenal, in which I agree with that. But that doesn't help. Like, I'm not saying hand of Arsenal saying this. I agree wholeheartedly with that. Fair enough. The other side of it is, okay, so what now? Because when Martinelli's thinking up the place, when Zolis needs to adapt, when Eze has a shaky game on the left-hand side, what are we going to sit there and say, oh my God, like, we showed ambition? And that's not me being critical. That's, like I said, 2 truths. I applaud the club for trying, but what now? Like, genuinely, what now? If I try to get a job and I don't get a job, what now? Am I just going to say I tried, or are you going to start applying again? I've been critical of some of our movements in this market, but I'm reading the same thing again. When the time is right, we'll talk about the backstory because it was a roller coaster. The club, even as recent as yesterday, were supremely confident because of the package and conversations they had with the player directly in his camp. Ultimately, the player is set to renew while Arsenal assess the market to bolster their attack and defense. Oh, fair enough. We've seen that already. Felt like there was 2 things. Again, Bruno Gomes allegedly has completed his medical and signed a 4-year deal, and he's wearing the number 39 shirt. Bruno. Romano said Real Madrid are closing in on a new deal for Vini Jr. after positive talks yesterday. The verbal agreement is now at the final stages. Final details being discussed, then green light to proceed with long-term contract. Jose Mourinho also pushing Vini to stay. He's agreed to this allegedly, a small increase in his image rights. 25 million euros net salary, so only 5 million euros less than apparently what he seeked, of 30-odd million, a contract until 2031. So yeah, man, he's now given Real Madrid his initial green light for his renewal. The verbal agreement is at final stages. I mean, verbal, it needs to be pen to paper. So I guess if you want to do the optimistic thing, there's still an opportunity. But yeah, the disputes between Vini and Real Madrid are still ongoing. And if he doesn't renew his contract, the club will sell him this month. Like I said, journalists are still trying to milk this. Vini is demanding a loyalty bonus that the club will never pay him. Vini is still living in a state of hesitation, but he must make the final decision within hours. Moreover, Vinicius believes that if he leaves, he'll be the leader. Real Madrid can't wait any longer to find out whether Vinicius will renew his contract or not, because if he intends to leave, the club wants to sell him during the current transfer window. Vinicius and Real Madrid reach an agreement on his contract renewal, which is expected to be signed soon. I've gone over the Bruno G stuff. What have we got here? When it loads, Bruno's completed his medical and signed a 4-year deal. And again, you know what? Because of this Vini stuff, we're actually being quite harsh, bro. Like, well, we got a bloody good player in Bruno, innit? Jose Mourinho personally involved in Vinicius Jr. new contract discussions as he's been pushing for the Brazilian to stay. Real Madrid are confident. Jose told the club he wants Vini to stay and also told Vini about his plans for him to continue. What else have we got in here? Real Madrid improved their offer to Vini. The player is very appreciative of the gesture and the willingness. I'm told it still does not exceed the package Arsenal have presented. Final decision still yet to be made, but player feels it was a positive meeting. So obviously we've gone over. That was the article, sorry, that we read before. Well, the post that we read before with Hand of Arsenal. That's the newest kind of thing. He said this was yesterday, people. So yeah, don't get too excited. So yeah, man, everywhere you read, it looks like he's pointing towards him staying. Apparently, they made 3 offers for him, and this is said 24 million euros, and there's full confidence. No, they say third time lucky. Again, they've gone from 20 million euros to 24. I guess that's what he wanted. So yeah, shout out to him. Real Madrid are now awaiting his response, and they're optimistic. They want an immediate offer if he decides not to renew. Arsenal are prepared to accelerate their interest, says Sammy Motbell. If you're interested in Antonio Nusa, he's denied reports of an exit this summer. Media can write whatever they want. I never asked to leave Leipzig. I'm here back from vacation and focused on Leipzig, people. What's this? So yeah, that's just about their meetings and how Real Madrid indirectly are attempting to put pressure on him. They want to deal now. Tab police, you're always on me, you know. See how it's closing. What else have we got? Arsenal feel Vini wants to come if he does not stay at Madrid. That remains a big if. It depends on the player. Arsenal been working on it for much longer than the media have known. That's great, but ultimately it ain't going to amount to anything, innit? So yeah, he's been offered 25 million euros. This says he wants 28 million euros. Is he going to say, do you know what? Fair enough, let's call it quits, or is he going to try another thing? I don't know on the credibility of Ben Jacobs, but the way Andrea Berta differs is he doesn't just spin plates. He makes negotiations with multiple players, way more advanced than some other sporting directors, but it's different for Vinicius, according to my information. So Berta, you're too experienced. I don't think that tells me 2 things, that you must have a backup. But this insinuates that he's tried to negotiate with multiple top parties, and he's kind of just cut those calls because Vinicius is there. Obviously, if you don't get Vinicius, you're left empty-handed, isn't it? Arsenal's approach, which is not just Berta, their owners and football leadership team involved in this big pitch to Vinicius. They're saying, if you're going to resolve your future this week, we'll wait. We're not going to speak to anyone else. You're our number 1 target. And to be fair, it sounds bad, man, but that last sentence, we're not going to speak to anyone else. Tell Vinicius that, and then go do the opposite. You don't think everybody's lying. You don't think Real Madrid are capping to Vinicius, Arsenal are capping to Vinicius, Vinicius is capping to both parties. Football's a dirty game, you know. So yeah, people, what is this? Ben Jacobs allegedly said, my information is that if Atletico Madrid were to say you can only have Julian Alvarez if you bartered with Gyökeres, if the player agreed, then Arsenal wouldn't stand in his way. There's a chance under the right circumstances that Gyökeres is not untouchable. I mean, I love Gyökeres, but I wouldn't describe him and a number of players as untouchable. I think there's a couple that are, but yeah, I wouldn't say him. We'll go over that later, people. We have to go over what Mikel Arteta said. We are told that Deco's trip to Madrid, as many had suspected, wasn't only about Julian Alvarez's case. It wasn't just to meet Fernando Hidalgo. He held several other meetings as well, although it's still unknown with whom, what they were about. So you'd imagine when Vinicius signs a new deal, all of the analysts and journalists and them lot, it's all just going to be full swing Julian Alvarez, Barcelona and Arsenal chasing Julian Alvarez. Again, David Ornstein did say this before, obviously, the latest news has come out. There's optimism around Arsenal based on the conversations they've had and the work they've undertaken. There's approval at all levels right now from the very top. Arteta is really driving this and is extremely keen, backed by the Cronkies. There's a feeling he wants to come to Arsenal if he does not stay at Madrid. So everyone keeps saying, if he does not stay at Real Madrid, if he does not stay at Real Madrid. Martinelli, who's had interest from Roma apparently in recent days. If the door ever opened to Saudi, I think El Nasser are the club that have looked the most at Gabby Martinelli. A year ago, they were thinking about making an offer in the region of 85 million euros. Could you imagine getting that for Nelly? Bite your arm off, innit? He would get a very lucrative contract, but he's never given any encouragement to Saudi yet. Okay, fair enough. Is there anything new here? I keep clicking it like there's going to be some update in it. Like you, I want to see a signing. Big up Myles, Lewis-Skelly and Max Dowman. What was you lot's thoughts on the game against Betis, people? When that moves, we can look at what Arteta said. Losing creates fire in the belly. I'm disappointed with the result, obviously, because we are here to win football matches. We had some fantastic moments in the first half. The way we played, the way we opened them up, we have to score first. Clearly, in the first two chances that we had before the score, I'm very disappointed in the manner that we conceded the first goal, the two giveaways leading to the other goals. It's true that finishing quality from them was exceptional, but to win a football match, you have to compete at a different level, especially in those areas of the pitch, and that's learning from today, people. Then he said, yeah, that's a lot of players, and obviously you don't have that momentum and that rhythm, but we indeed have players coming in at different stages. We cannot risk the play. We need to be really smart about how we're going to progress them, and the entire defeat is a really good thing in pre-season to create even more fire in the belly. And then he's went on and said, it was an incredible atmosphere that they created in the stadium. So thank you to all of them for coming and creating an atmosphere in pre-season match. We are very thankful. Fair enough, people. Fair enough. And then he said, so we're looking forward to coming back, seeing some players as well. Martin will be back, and then the English and Spanish internationals will be back soon as well. So we're going to have to start more and more players at the moment and still miss a lot of them. Fair play, people. What's this? Lewis-Skelly. It's crazy, isn't it? How he's praised the attitude. Being a young player himself, he's praised the attitude of the younger players and just shows how mature beyond his years he is, people. Big up Myles Lewis-Skelly, man. They're also coachable, definitely. They're also willing to learn, willing to impose themselves on the game, and credit to them for being able to step on this pitch with personality. That's one thing I always tell them. Be brave, be courageous, and be yourself when you're playing. Overall, we just have to take so many positives from the trip away. As a team, we have more clarity. We're a lot fitter as a bunch of boys. We take a lot of positives away from the overall experience and just the momentum for the next upcoming games we have. It's always amazing to be back at home, be in front of our fans, in front of our people. It'll be good to be back. I'll be happy to see Bruno Gomares in action, people. Is there anything else? No, there isn't. We've renewed our partnership with Emirates, people. We've renewed it, so it's going to be 20 plus years and counting, people. But yeah, man, it's just a shame we're not sitting here and looking at Vini in it. Like it was a dream, man. It was a dream. We're definitely signing now. A lot of people reporting it and hand of Arsenal, but we've got right wing cover, man. We don't need that, if I'm brutally honest. What else have we got? No, we don't swap. We aren't the type of club. It's bad enough with Norgard. What do you mean? What did Norgard do? Kepa is untouchable. I'll take your word for it. Alvarez will not join. What I don't get is after all the racism and shit between Vini and Jose Mourinho, I would be out. I hear it, but I think it's naive, bro. I'll be brutally honest. I think it's naive. Like, I'm not defending Jose because he disappointed me. But when I look at it without my emotions or what I think, he's going to back, at the time he's Benfica manager, he's going to back his man, right or wrong. He's going to back his man. What he said in public is another thing. And also, I hear it, but let's be honest. We've all worked in jobs where we're surrounded by racists. Some of you lots managers is probably some sort of way. You're still going to have to be there, innit? It don't go that far, if I'm honest. Get me Yildiz or Kvaratskhelia. You might need to allow the Kvaratskhelia thing. Yeah, get there, it's not done gift, man. Get there, it's not done gift, but dreaming. There's a reason why Liverpool are more attractive is because they've had more success than us last 10 years. We need to win consistently over the next 5 years for world-class players to come. What world-class players at the time have Liverpool signed? Because you could reckon Alisson, you could say Van Dijk. Players have gone on to become world-class. And I'm genuinely asking. Vini would have to do so much to win the Ballon d'Or with Mbappe there. Mika got his Hala for Arsenal. People say we have the best squad depth, which is true, but our top players also play ×2 more than teams like PSG. I think squad depth over top talent will help us compete on all fronts. I'm done with Vini, over it, come or don't come. But we need the Ajax winger, Mika, or PSG going for him. Bro, it's a myth. He's not signing, bro. He's gone over there. Change of things have happened, but it's a myth. Carlos Balemba, doubtful for the start of the new campaign. I mean, big up Carlos Balemba, but we ain't in for him, are we? Boy. Sell Havertz, sell Kepa, get a striker, back up for your careers, get a centre defender and a right back. If only it was that easy, innit? If only it was that easy. I want Alvarez as he suits Arteta's system better than Vini does. Even if he stays here 3 years max before going Barca, he could be the difference to getting us a Champions League. If we go into this season with Nelson, God forbid, Nelly and Zolis, where are these other targets? Berger gets lined up while he goes for the mains. Boy. Ornstein still not confirming Zinni staying. So we live in hope. Be mentally prepared for that dagger blow from Ornstein, because you know he only talks when shit is confirmed or concrete. And you could, until he does that, by all means, be optimistic, man. We've apparently returned with another offer, which is 25% more than Madrid's yesterday for image rights, not dead yet. So what Arsenal fans that wanting? It's funny because none of you are calling Vinicius a money grabber now, innit? But if the shoe was on the other foot, you'd be calling him a money grabber, which just shows you. And listen, the game's a game. I'm not attacking no one. Football's hypocritical. Newcastle fans who adored Bruno Gomes. Oh my God, he's not a legend. The way he's left the club, bearing in mind he didn't do the Isaac thing. More of the story, nobody don't love these footballers, man. They love what you can do. It's crazy. And more of the story for me, Vini, we've been here before. Cool, you're not signing. We're back in the Champions League and slapping your head back again. Go and get me. I just use the term Joe Bloggs, innit? Because no one knows the name. Just go and get me my Joe Bloggs left wing target. And let's just move on. Because we didn't get to this point staying still. I'm not staying still. I don't want to hear no woe is me. As good as he is, life goes on, bro. It really does, folks. It really does. So, boy, that's where we're at, man. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. Man said, tell him to. DG, please remember that Zubi goal against Sunderland. I can't believe you don't remember. That's cap. I said he scored a bag. I couldn't remember against who, though. He scored quite a few. We get a midfield runner, probably Gotts or someone else, and sell a few players. Nelson is still at Arsenal somehow. City asking for 80 million for Rodri. We should put in an anonymous bid and let Zubi go Chelsea. It'd be lovely. Krupi, I'd love Krupi. I'd prefer Krupi over Alvarez. Well, that's not exactly true. If we're doing the win now mode thing, Alvarez, but I like what Krupi could become. But he's another one that Bournemouth were playing hardball over anyways, and now he's got injured. We have the best goalkeeper in the Prem, best defense, and now best midfield. The pull is there. We need to be saying the best attackers. Who is even available in the market? By the way, how you doing, DG? I'm doing fine, man. Appreciate you. And honest to God, like I keep saying, I don't have a Scooby-Doo, mate. I don't have a Scooby-Doo, man. I don't have a clue. Osimhen, we're still screaming Osimhen in 2026. Quality is there, but put that to bed, man. I used to want Alvarez, but not if he's just stepping. I think you mean stepping stone to us. Burton needs to go selling. Facts. We missed the trick on Kang in Lee. Good player, but nah, I don't think we're going to miss that. You need a 10, a left winger, and a right back. Not going to lie, praying for Madrid's downfall, even with more vigor. Same for Vini. They go more seasons without trophies. Don't let bitterness take your heart. The game's the game. Real Madrid haven't done anything. Like, they haven't done anything. Vini hasn't done anything. You lot have just been so enticed, rightly so, because Vini's a great player. We've won in Vini, and it doesn't seem like it's going that way. You lot in your feelings. Rightly so. I get it. Football's tribal. We love Arsenal Football Club and all of those things. But come on, man. You can't let that ignorance, you can't let ignorance and malice and hate live in your heart, bro. Like, and it's Real Madrid. They'll always be up there. Granted, they're not the Real Madrid that we've seen a few years ago or historically. But, I mean, come on, man. Like, man. But with that being said, though, man, I'm just conscious that if Zard doesn't flop, we'll be live at 3 o'clock. So it'll be a chance for me to shut up and ask him how he feels about Bruno, about Vini, about how you lot are feeling in the comments. As usual, people, is, you know, I have to applaud you lot because we're the best football. If this YouTube channel was a football team, you lot appreciate the DG Nation, man. Without you lot, it's dead. Enjoy speaking with you lot, the differences of opinions, yada, yada, yada. Without you lot, it's not possible, man. So first things first, thank you for giving up your time in whatever way you've done, whether you've participated in the chat or, you know, a silent viewer. Hope you and your loved ones stay in good health. And I'll catch you lot on the next one, man. But you know what? Vinny ain't better than me.
Against this right back, Charlie, definitely.
Always